about the faith drop yet.
What? I thought you were doing your job.
Does this faith drop even exist at all? If it does, I'm bound to hear about it eventually. But I do have some other nice information. A cash reward is being offered to anyone who slays this monster.
No, that's fine. I'll come back later. Man, we're in a bind. If Lola doesn't know where it is, I don't know how we're supposed to find it.
I'm thinking that if even a fairy that specializes in gathering intel has no idea, it might be hidden in a very special place.
Fairy? What are you talking about?
Huh?
What?
Oh, I get it. Never mind, pretend you didn't hear that. Anyway, why don't we try going to the inverted tower?
The inverted tower?
Yeah, the subterranean tower and the inverted tower were supposedly built long ago by a wise and ancient civilization. It's theorized that this civilization's wisdom came directly from the goddess, which means both structures functioned as shrines where they would worship the goddess.
Gotcha. So, if we're looking for treasure that's connected to the goddess, odds are we'll find it in a place like that. Huh? This conversation feels strangely familiar to me.
That's right! Before we traveled back to the past, I got some of my memories back at the subterranean tower.
Oh yeah, that's it! So this time, we have to go to the inverted tower. Let's move!
You know what? A side quest sounds good. Let's go do that side quest, shall we? So here we are at the same point of rewoT Blast Furnace. We're going to go into the boss, and oh my goodness, these guys are horrible. I'll be honest, I can't really do much aside from the fact that they know Explosion, which is the strongest fire attack in the game, and they know how to use it really well. Even worse is that, unlike everything else in this area, these things are not weak to water, they're actually weak to electric, and they resist ice. Hooray! So, yeah, these guys, this is the part of the game where you, in the side quest where damage times 2, the damage times 2 perk, is actually going to bite you in the backside. Especially if you're like me, I actually already know, because I've played this before, that I really shouldn't group everybody up, because I know they have this vicious AoE, the explosion spell, which I know is going to happen because it generally does happen. And hey, guess what? I'm a stupid idiot, and you're probably going to see, like right about now, they're going to start spamming explosion, and yeah, everybody dies. Except for, I think, Tiara and Ethel. And so I'm pretty much, yeah, just like surprised Pikachu Mew, because I knew what was going to happen, and kind of ended up doing it anyway like a stupid idiot, and like pretty much all the party got killed. I considered healing somebody, between healing and reviving, but yeah, all that's going to happen is just more explosions, and then only one that's left is Ethel. She's stronger than the rest of them, the better and tougher than others. She don't chuckle, and she just wants to flex her muscles by theorizing. So, yeah. Ethel being the last one standing just proves that she's just ultimately best girl, right? But yeah, once everybody's more or less not, well, it's just like Ethel on her own, conveniently they stop using explosion. But I'm also doing like slightly silly things and not healing Ethel, because I know for a fact one more explosion will cause a party wipe, meaning I'd have to do this again. In which case I probably would have just left the dungeon, took off the damage times 2 multipliers, which I might actually do for future side quest, because yeah, they're getting pretty difficult now, and if I'm getting almost total party wiped at this point, then yeah, probably shouldn't do it. Probably means those fights are going to take longer, but hey, at least the party's going to stay alive. So yeah, I finally decided, I think this is probably about the time to heal because they might still use explosion anyway. I'm not sure whether that's the script to just start spamming the hell out of it when there's like more than one person on the field. Come to think of it, since they're weak to lightning, I could probably only assume that if I doubled up Pippin a bit more and mess with his weapon boost stuff, and give him a lonely battle tome, then he'd probably be alright around here, but I'm not actually using him, so that's kind of a thing that's not happening. Originally I was thinking maybe I could do it with Tiara, but like since they're weak to electric and not fire, then that's not really the best of things. But yeah, eventually to get one killed, and the other one just wants to try and pick me up with lasers, which is not doing anything. Like I said, their only attack that they can really kill me off with is explosion. And I think that 3 hits Ethel right doesn't crit. I know, even though they're not weak twice, this guy is just begging for a giant laser to the face, so he gets his wish, and a giant laser to the face kills him. And yeah, I win that solely with Ethel alone because Ethel is best girl. Anyway, enough from post commentary me. See you in a minute with live commentary me as we go to a subterranean tower. Hey there everybody, this is Shaggy and welcome back to Fairy Fence Swift Advent Dark Force. In the last episode we ended up getting caught in a trap by Dartha, which was pretty terrible. In this episode we are going to go to the inverted tower, but first I need to synthesize the thing that I wanted to do. Now you're actually technically not supposed to have this yet, since the guys that actually drop these properly, specifically the video output circuits, they actually are in the inverted tower. And as you saw on the map screen, I've not actually been in there yet. I got those from stealing them from the Guardian suits. Most of them drop video output circuits, so yeah, I ended up getting lucky with those. So yeah, I can synthesize this now. And what this does is allows you to view CGs, key visuals and other such stuff. Most of them are unlocked as you see them, but the key visuals, I think you have to beat the game once in order to grab those, because I know on my New Game Plus save file I have all of these. Like I said, the event ones you get from unlocking them as you go. I think it's the same with I think the backgrounds I also have in my New Game Plus file, so I'm assuming all these are unlocked through completing the game. And I will say that some of these background images actually spoil certain other different routes you can go through, like with how things change and stuff. But anyway, that's the visual box sorted out. But yeah, I will show you the enemies you have to ensure you have a drop from. So you might want to have my shaping effects on, especially damage times 2, considering my fight in the Root Blast Furnace just ending up with Ethel literally just being the sole survivor of the whole fight, which is kind of funny, and as it should be. Let's be honest, Ethel is best girl. But yeah, seriously, the side quest missions do get really hard, and the damage times 2 perk from the shaping effect actually does really start to bite you in the rear end a little bit more. I think it really starts with the Blast Furnace fight. I think there's only 2 more left we actually have to do, and I know the very last one I definitely don't want damage times 2 on when I go in there. But anyway, let's go to the inverted tower. It's 5 floors again, it's a new area, so new enemies and stuff. So this may actually end up being in 2 videos.
Aaron, do you remember anything?
Let's go inside then.
You heard her, guys. Let's go.
Well, yeah, here we are in the inverted tower, and already we've got the location, well, almost the location of hidden item. I think if I was a gambling man, it's probably on the other side of this wall. Alternatively, it could be by the start area here. Okay, make a layer at me again. By the start area there. Mid potions are nice. A lot of these enemies, despite being new, are fairly generic, let's be honest. You can see these kinds of enemies before. I think they do the exact same things when you let them attack. And I think it's shown by the name of Ignis, I think they're weak to water. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to check my theory is true. Maybe, because I know my turn order is usually Tiara, Fang, Ethel, and then Harley. Alright, are you weak to water? You are, yes you are. I was about to say no you're not, but you're actually just fire. So yeah, obviously these things are obviously fire based. I don't know why these things aren't the rewoT blast phones. It make more sense than the ghost enemies you see though. Oh yeah, they're the same as the other, like, wyvern enemies that we've seen. So yeah, those things are no big deal. Those are tend to be a big deal. I don't know why, but yeah, they usually are. Yeah, just to prove the point with the launch why I think it's so good, it's like there's hardly anything weak that is not weak to it, as far as like doing getting rid of guard break, and the fact that there's at least two combos, the full barret and the cluster barret, that do 10 hits of damage. I'd say they were quite worth it. Now, is everything fire based in this place?
Huh?
I get the feeling that everything's fire based. They also, alright, you're also doing ice type stuff as well. You guys are just basically the obvious paradox of everything, I suppose. Oh yeah, I don't really have very much to say about these guys. They probably, I won't be surprised if they're physically able to cast Hailstone as well. Since that's the basic, I believe that's the basic ice type attack. I should know one. I want to say it's a hilarious thing, but it does make an allusion to Neptunia. Is because I actually have this, I may as well show it. The second ice type spell, Ice Coffin, which is the generic ice spell that Rom and Ram use in Neptunia. Unfortunately, Ethel doesn't get the benefits of dropping a status element or a status debuff, which probably would have been nice. Let's be honest, it would make her even more of a best girl. To be fair, well, yeah, she doesn't need it, and I don't use spells a lot often in this game.
New data? Eat this!
It's not over
No
yet.
way!
Let us begin. Take this. Let's go, eh? No escape, eh? Die. That's a win for us.
stronger.
And there we go with that one. I've already seen you. I do remember, I think this place, if you have change enemies on, you can actually fight aliens in here. So if you want something really bizarre, go bring change dungeon with you here. Get aliens. And well, other than that, it's nothing really much I can say about it. I know. Alright, more Betties. New bits. I don't know that Greek symbol. I think is that theta. I think that's theta.
Not done yet. Stay down.
I don't know. Like as far as Greek symbols go, I only really know the first 4 and then Omega.
Here we go.
And Sigma as well, because yeah. Anybody who plays video games is aware of Sigma. Or at least they're aware of Mega Man X.
Here it comes. Let's go, eh?
But hey ho. They fire lasers if you let them attack you, so just like all the other bets really. Like I said, enemies here rather generic, but with the only difference between them being like the different colours and they're slightly stronger. Also, I think just like most bitches, they
It's not over yet.
My turn.
man, why is Fang taking an absolute beating? Just notice that Fang's taking a beating. It's like it's not pretty right.
My turn. Fear mode. New data.
I might want to heal him. I might want to heal him soon.
Now then.
Alright, let's just check what you guys are. Shirley, yep, you're weak to lightning. You have interesting things that you drop, but not the drop I would actually be going for at this point in time.
New data.
Also, I like that the guy who's supposed to be weak to light-based attacks is the one getting 0 damage.
Measurements complete.
Then again, I think his armor's actually stronger than Fang's. And I haven't invested in. I haven't really invested in magic defense for Fang, so there's that. I probably should. I mean, the Rudok Blast Furnace fight actually was that kick the thing, Ethel. Kick the thing, Ethel. Thank you. Always the one that has an item that's like, nah, I'm not going to kick this.
I like it.
Anyway, more mid potions. That's pretty nice. I should probably use. I'm actually going to use. Heaven forbid that I actually start using items at this point in time. There, I used items. I hope everybody's happy. A side note is there are skill. What is it? What are they called now? There are challenges where you have to heal people and use items, but they're only in battle. That only happens in battle.
Prepare yourself. My turn. Yeah. Go.
Get ready. Take off. Eat this.
My turn. Yeah. New data.
It's not over yet. Brace yourself. Yeah. Get ready. Eat this. Prepare yourself, Seguro.
New data. Fire.
Get fired up, eh?
I'm ready. Yeah. I'll do my best. Yeah. Next.
Now, dust to dust.
Splendid.
I've become stronger!
Yeah, I seriously wonder why Fang just seems to want to take a lot of damage in this place. And he's not vastly under level, he's more or less, everybody's more or less the same, like, balanced level. I know he's got the correct hammer on, or he should have. But, yeah. I don't know why he's just getting his butt kicked every time we go into a fight. Anyway, third floor. I need to fight a dude, because I think it's also this dude.
I'm ready.
Let me just check. Yeah, it's this dude I need. The Signum Risers, they drop the video output circuits. If you didn't steal them from the Guardian Seeds earlier in the game, then you can get them from these guys dropping them, I believe. Might not check because I'm not really going to do much with Harley at the moment.
My turn. Hey, look! Next! Here we go! Now then.
Yeah, it's a drop and you can steal it too if you want to.
Let us begin. Here I come.
Not over yet.
Next.
Let's go, eh?
No escape, eh? It's fired up, eh? Now inept.
Care to see my true power? Here we go! Fire! Ha! No way! My turn!
Sierra and Fang. Can I get Fang in the same? Actually, no. I don't particularly want to be doing that. I'll heal you as well.
Let us begin.
Let's say where's the other guy?
Get ready. That's a win for us. One soul is one sword. Level up.
But yeah, other than that, didn't really have much to say about that fight. But yeah, the Signum Risers, you want to defeat them for video output circuits if you don't have them already. And other than that, it's nothing else really interesting to say for this dungeon. I think that's the only other. I could be lying here, but I think that's the only new enemy on this floor. They also appear in floors 4 and 5 as well. So it's not just this floor that you can find them on, but this is the first floor you get to find them on. And am I going the right way here? Am I going to progress?